been a long time since I've made one of these videos, but this morning I was inspired to do so. I'm using one of the older cases on my phone, which is a little more grippy, so hopefully the phone doesn't move around too much. But without further ado, let's get to the topic at hand today. And the topic is your reality is your mindset. Okay, this is something that I'm a huge proponent of. Let's say, I don't know, belief, but my mindset is that whatever I believe will necessarily be how my day goes. So I'm really hoping that someone today watches this video and it reaches someone who might be in a similar position. Let me explain. So day in and day out, we have thoughts, right? Sometimes those thoughts are good, sometimes those thoughts are bad, sometimes they're positive, sometimes they're negative, sometimes they're stupid. Sometimes they don't mean anything. But what I want to tell you is that whatever you feed yourself will be how your day goes. Okay, people often ask me, how is it that I'm so happy? How is it that I'm so positive? Or how is it that I'm able to, let's say, proceed in the face of difficulty or obstacles? Well, it's because I believe it. And that's really as simple as that. That is the answer. I believe that whatever I'm doing is going to work out. I had a meeting the other day, and someone asked me, oh, I hope the meeting goes well. And I said it will. There is no question in my mind that it will go well. And that belief is what allows for me to proceed in my life with this optimism that other people might see and perceive as being this magic. But really it's not. It's something that I practice. It's something that you must practice like anything else in life. Okay, when I wake up in the morning, I tell myself it's going to be a good day. I literally look myself in the mirror and I say it's going to be a good day and you're going to kick ass today. And I think that if you're in a similar position, whether it be for a corporate role or maybe a retail job or maybe you're going to school, just wake up and look at yourself in the mirror and really remind yourself and assure yourself that the day is going to be amazing. That's really all it takes. And some of you may be saying, oh, it's not that simple. I have XYZ problem. The reality is that everyone has problems. Okay? You might see other people's problems and think, well, that's not really a problem. But to them, it is. To that person, it is a problem. And that's something that I've recently learned. That's something that I realized. Everyone has problems. And even though some other people's problems may not look as grand as yours, to them it is a problem and it's something that they struggle with. So for them, in their own lived experience, it is an issue, right? So don't focus so much on others and just try and do your best, okay? That's really the moral of the story. It's something that you're going to have to practice. You're going to have to constantly tell yourself, especially on the days where you're feeling bad, especially on the days where you're really just getting hit hard. You have to learn how to just get back up and keep fighting, okay? And the good news is there is some buffer, right? Because we're humans, because we're normal, there are going to be days where, yeah, today just actually sucks. And I'm not going to tell you that on those days, keep a journal, write down what went bad, what you could have done better. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the suck. You've heard that before, I'm sure. Enjoy the suck. Just live in that moment. Appreciate the negative thing. And then the next day or 2 days after, even a week after, just get back on it, okay? As long as you have more good days than bad days in a given year, it will average out and you'll be fine. I don't think we have to be so strict on ourselves. That's like, oh, I had a bad 15 minutes, so I need to write that down, and hopefully the next 15 minutes is better. Or I had a bad day, and, don't be so strict. Allow yourself to just live and be human and adapt. It's all about adapting and being resilient and feeding yourself a positive mindset. I promise you, that's all it is. If you're struggling with negativity, you feel like life just handed you a bad hand, I promise you that if you change your mindset and really just tell yourself that it's going to be a good day. Oh, I have that presentation to give. I can't wait to give it. It's going to be awesome. I have to talk to that person. I can't wait to talk to them. Anything that you're presented with, you can spin up to be positive. Okay? I wish I could think of some examples off the top, and I'm saying that not because I don't have examples. It's just right now, in the spur of the moment, it's kind of hard to come up with an example. But I always like to think of think of a performance review. People might say, oh, it's a performance review. They're gonna tell me it's bad. I'm a bad employee. I'm not gonna do well. You're already going into that review assuming it's gonna be poor. Man, that guy was really revving it. You're going into that thing already assuming it's gonna be poor. And even if it is poor, guess what? You have the information to get better. If you get a poor performance review, that's great news. Why? Because you can get better. Okay, when I first joined my company, I was really pushing for a senior role, and I worked in this junior role for 2 years. And there was someone else that joined, and in 1 year, they got that same senior role that I was trying to get for 2, and I felt defeated. I felt defeated. I wanted someone so bad to come and console me and tell me, hey, it's gonna be okay, don't worry about it, you're fine, you're okay, and validate my experience. And you know what? One of my best friends, who I still consider one of my best friends, he was actually one of the best men at my wedding, he told me I need to get better. You know how that felt? I was so upset. I said, what do you mean you don't know what I'm going through? You have no idea what I'm going through. And for a couple of days I was upset. But then I realized, you know what? That's the only answer, to get better and be better. Right? So I started believing that. I would go into work every day and telling myself, I'm good, I got this, I can do it. Of course I have what it takes to be here. That's why I'm here. If they didn't want me, they wouldn't have employed me. If they didn't want me, they would have fired me. Okay? And that's why I'm here. So your reality is your mindset. Your mindset becomes your reality. Okay? The next time you feel down about something, don't go into the day already thinking negatively about something, even if it's truly going to be something that you're terrified about. You might be nervous about a presentation. You might feel like, oh, there's this bad thing going to happen. Just keep going. I can assure you that if you just develop that positive, resilient attitude, you just can take the punches as they come, nothing will stop you. You have to develop this mindset that you can be dropped anywhere in the world and you will thrive. Okay? Let me just enter my card here. You have to develop the mindset that anywhere you are put in the world, you will thrive. Really, really, I want you to pay attention to that, okay? Sometimes I tell my wife, I can be dropped on Mars and I will survive. You know? Of course, it sounds crazy. Oh, shoot. Wow. That person just came out of nowhere. They did not look. Okay, like, it sounds like a crazy idea, but I promise you it will work. It's the belief I have. I just believe in myself. Okay, so this is sort of a, maybe you can tell my voice that I'm very passionate about this topic, because it's just, I just truly think it's that simple. Believe in yourself, develop a high self-esteem, learn to be resilient, adapt to your life. Don't let anything put you down. And if it does, allow yourself to be human. Don't go crazy thinking you have to be this productive workhorse that just forgets about everything negative. Of course it's going to happen. It happens to me. It happens to everyone. I'm not saying it's never going to happen. But over time, you want to have the bad days outweighed by the good days. Okay? If in a given year more than half of the days are good, that's good. Okay? That means you're learning. That means you're adapting. So the next time you go into work, you're going to school, maybe it's something like you're going to ask someone out for the first time. You're terrified. Just tell yourself, I can do this. Of course I can do this. What am I telling myself that I can't do this? Of course I have what it takes. Of course I'm confident. Of course I'm brave. I'm fearless. Your life will get significantly better once you adapt this attitude. Okay, and that's all I want to tell you. I came here today with this message. Hopefully I can make more videos like this. But I just feel like that's maybe what some people need to hear. You have what it takes. You have what it takes. So go out there and kick ass. Just like you know you can. Okay? And that's it. So if this resonated with you, let me know. Let me know if you're in a similar position, if you're dealing with something that's tough, if you've been in this rut, if you've been in this hole, let me know and let's talk about it. Because I can assure you that you have what it takes. Okay? Just being a human, I believe everyone has a talent. Everyone has a reason for being on Earth. Everyone has a reason to be here. And for some of us, it just takes time to adapt and time to build that resiliency. But I'm telling you, you can start today. You can change your life. Your life can be better. And I promise you, it is that simple. It's not easy, but it is a simple process. Start off with just telling yourself every day, today is going to be great. I'm going to kick ass. Look at yourself dead eyes in the mirror. Tell yourself this, okay? And just be happy. Walk into wherever it is you're going confidently with a smile on your face. Physically smile. That will make you feel good. It'll make other people feel good. And you see, you do that every day consistently, your life will change, okay? Let me know how it changes. I'm so curious to know. I'll see you all next time. Later.